Hello again, thank you for joining me for another video. So today I wanted to talk about, do a follow-up to the PTSD and Kundalini video, because I've gotten quite a few comments lately from people who sound like they're really suffering pretty intense purging and the physicality of the initial stages of the Kundalini awakening. I didn't have a lot of that. Most of mine was, the purging was really mental. My mental body was chock full of 1,000,001 ideas, and I couldn't just let go of everything. So I ended up really going through everything I knew about reality with a fine-tooth comb. So every spiritual teaching I had, every spiritual person I had come across, all of the experiences I had to look very deeply into them and find out what they actually were. I had a lot of accusations that came my way when I was younger. I had gifts from the time I was young, and I didn't know what it was, why it was, or what it meant. I didn't know what God wanted from me. I felt God always, and I didn't know what it wanted. And so then once I finally found the whole internet and social media world talking about spirituality, I needed to go through everything and see if there was anything that would give me answers that resonated and made sense to what I had experienced. Because it wasn't a clear situation. And then I also had to apply some logic to, why is this place so fucked up? Why are these things happening? And why, if I am connected to the power of all that is, can't I stop it? Can I stop it? If I can manifest, if I can create my own reality, can I uncreate shit that sucks for other people? How do I bring things into existence that will benefit everybody? Like, I went off on a long fucking tangent. The Messiah complex. It's a real thing. It's worth the trip. It's worth the trip. Some people will tell you no. Most people don't come back. When you make it back, it's worth the trip. I think you learn a lot about how reality works when you try to change it. You'll find out why you want to change certain things and what the beliefs are hidden beneath that. So in terms of self-inquiry, yeah, the Messiah trip is great. It's great. The hero trip, whatever you want to call it. That trip to, being the source of fixing. And then also, having to confront the relationship with God and good and evil and all of those beliefs. Big, huge, heady concepts. That was my purging. That's what I had to look at. That's where I had to address what is ego, what is real, what is the boundary between soul and life, which seems like a simple answer, and it's actually not. A lot of people's version of spirituality really plays into the idea of an end goal. It's really caught up very much in evolution. And evolution is a thing that happens in a very small part of reality itself. And so we can get kind of confused when we're here. And in the same way that we anthropomorphize animals and pencils and celebrities, we can kind of do that with all of reality, that the experience we're having here and now applies to outside of this restricted time and space. And we really don't have any reason to believe that that's true. But you have to really kind of sit with that thought to understand it. That's a hard thing to convey in words and language. It's an experience that you kind of fall open to. But as you're going through the process, and some people are going to have that painful, physical purging, you have to take care of your body. You have to detox. You have to do all the things. For me, it was, like I said, it was all mental. So I was doing massive amounts of energetic clearing. I was watching an energetic healer just about every day. A meditation. I do a 40-minute meditation that was just energy clearing. Go to this place in your mind and the 40 minutes of it every day, on top of the other stuff I was doing. And that was like 2.5 years. It's not a short, easy process. Someone had left a comment once about, we had Kundalini awakening. Isn't it all bliss? Yes, the bliss is there. Bliss does not go away as the stuff comes in front of it. It's like the clouds thing, right? The sun is there even if the clouds are passing for it. So that bliss to me is that consciousness. It's the awareness. It's the beingness. It's the held state, which is very different than when I was, a teenager and acute, like, oh my God, nobody likes me. Even then I had this sense. I didn't know what it was though. And now that I know what it is and how to make sure that I feel more of it instead of less of it, and turn to it the second I start getting panicky or stressed out. I didn't know that when I was younger. So it'd be like, God is there, God is gone. God is there, God is gone. Where'd God go? Oh, it's me that left. And then I'd have to turn back. It's okay to feel stuff. And I think it's really important that we stop trying to tell people that if they don't raise their vibrations and act happy all the fucking time, that they don't get to have stuff. Because that's mean. It's a mean thing to say to someone. Snap out of your suffering. Don't tell anybody what happened to you. Don't let anybody know. Not everyone can tolerate being in the presence of people who have endured pain and suffering. And that's okay. No one's forcing you to. But you also don't get to tell everybody that's been through some shit to shut up. Or that they're not spiritual. Or that they're not enlightened. Or that they didn't have a Kundalini awakening. If they feel that they have. Because they know. Nobody else does. And it's not a this isn't high school. These are real beings. This is real. This is really happening. It's not pretend. And dissociating from the truth of what your body has gone through and all of the emotions that go with that, the sadness, the grief, the sense of loss, the anger. You don't have to use those emotions to continue. You actually get to be the powerful spiritual being that takes all the energy from them and does what you want with it. And that isn't a matter of ignoring them. You can't ignore them and use the energy. You have to look at it. Now you can use the energy. I don't know how to explain that better. I watched a video of a spiritual teacher, and she's just got a good amount of people on her channel. And I normally really like the things she says when she was talking about manifesting. And she said something along the lines of, you know, in the same way that the dog comes up to us and wags his tail and acts excited, and so we give the dog the treat, that's how you have to act to the universe. You have to act excited for the thing you want, and then the universe will give it to you. And you're not a dog. You are an intelligent being dealing with an intelligent universe. You don't have to pretend. You have to be honest. Honest. Honesty is where the power is. Truth is where the power is. Not fake fucking emotions to get what you want. That is classical conditioning, and we do use that on animals. Reward and punishment is what you do when you don't have a language. You do have a language with spirit. You are spirit. There is a language to it. And it's not about faking it. Not like the spirit can't see. So who are you fooling? Yourself? The bliss sits behind all of this. Always there. You're just paying attention out here. And if you stop paying attention out here for a second, you'll see it's there. And then you learn that even while you're paying attention out there, it's still there. And then you're living in both. And before long, it's just one. But it takes a little bit to get there. And you have to quit telling yourself that you have to act a certain way for that to be true. And stop listening to all the people that say, if you do this, then that can't be true. It is true at the same time. And you can be using it instead of suffering, but it takes time. Give yourself a break. I feel like I rattled on a little bit too long. So I hope you are well. Please feel free to leave comments below. Take care.